Hello, TPM Stomp here. Today I'm going to be trying to teach you how to do walls, slippery walls, juking, and double walls. Last video I did was a tutorial on branching and the ground, like crab running and under branching and that stuff. I realized last video I made, I didn't take off my cosmetics, so it got in the way a little bit. So I'm gonna do that now. So I'm not gonna change my color because I don't need to. But so I'm gonna do walls first. So with I'm gonna start with a Lucio. Actually, I'm gonna do basic walls. So what you want to do with basic walls, like Frozone from The Incredibles, there is he goes like this. That's what you want to do on the wall with wall climbing. But for walls, it may seem like that you need to push off, but no. You stick to the wall a little bit, and I said this last video with scaling. You'll notice if you push your hand slowly away, you'll stick to it fully. So you can take your time. You push and turn, push and turn. Just push diagonally down. Now, that is really it. You just want to keep practicing pushing down and keeping yourself up. You do not want to worry about pushing away. You want to just push down the wall like this. Because it's always at a slant. Like, see, it's at a slant like this right now. So I can just push down and still go up. So, wall running. Let me get up here. I'm going to use wall climbing. So, wall running. You want to push yourself forward and stay on the wall. This is the most useful skill on walls. It may seem like verting or lucioing is better, but you are going to always be using this. This is the most important wall skill you need to know. In certain gaps, you need to use a big jump, and in certain areas, to go fast on the wall, you would use small ones. You would just tap it. You would just tap like this. And with crevices like this, you want to tilt your head and smack forward like that. So like this, smack hard, then do little taps. Smack hard and go around it. So I'll teach death wall later. So let me head back to this wall over here. So I'm gonna head to a Lucio. There are 4 types of Lucios. There is a horizontal Lucio, a vertical, a diagonal, and a backwards Lucio. So a normal Lucio, or diagonal, you want to start by just rotating your hands in an oval motion, but really you want to do an oval motion and add support like this. But the key thing with the Lucio is speed. So you do that, you want to make sure it's really fast. So a normal Lucio would look like this. You're going diagonally up the wall. Now, once you learn a Lucio, you can do a horizontal, which is, let me get higher up, where you go like this. You just go straight on the wall. Now, let me teach you a vertical Lucio. It is just a Lucio that goes straight up. Now, a backwards Lucio. This is the hardest Lucio, but it's not even that hard. So, a backwards Lucio, I said, was where you take your right hand and add support. Unless you're doing left-handed, then you would do your left hand and add support. But with a backwards Lucio, you would do the right hand but backwards like this. You want to like spin it backwards a little bit and add support like this. And then do speed, so like that. And in full motion, it'll look like this. That was a horrible example because this is a bad wall to do that on. But now I'm going to move on to slippery walls. No, actually, I need to do death wall first because death wall is really important. So this over here is death wall. So I said earlier when wall running to either do big hits or small hits. You want to do big hits here, and you would normally want to turn your head and smack, but there's nowhere else to go. You realize you'll land on a branch. So this, you'll have to use pinch climbing, which I'll get to later. I'll just skip to maybe the end of the video. You'll have to find it somewhere in the video. But you'll need to pinch climb a little bit. And I'm going to use Apollo's example because it's a really good example. It feels like you're holding a box. You want to yeet the box to your right and catch the box again. Then yeet it to your right again and just wall run from there. This is death wall. Apollo's famous words, this is called the box throated. You need the box again. This is like when you're wall running the whole map, you need to learn, just practice it by going back and forth. I'm still not the best at it, as you can see, but you want to just practice going like this, yeah. And once you get better at it, you can keep doing it. If you have to, whenever you're leaving this wall, you can add a little tap like that to get to your destination. You can just go, like, you can immediately tap, and it helps. So, now that death wall's cleared, I'm going to go to slippery walls. So, the main key about slippery walls, they are slippery. You stay on them, you slip. You don't get that half a second of stick that you would get on a normal wall. So, with slippery walls, you want to hit really hard. You got to hit hard all the time. And you have to slip down the wall. You have to go with the slip, as I like to say. And just follow through. With corners is where you want to start moving forward. Turning, you gotta do a little bit of a circle. You gotta go with the wall like that. You still gotta hit as hard as you can. So, like this, you gotta turn, go with the wall. Don't worry about speed. If you go like this, you won't get anywhere because you're not going all the way down and hitting as hard as you can. Gotta hit on the corners. Fastest way to do it. Just practice this. This is the best wall to do it. This is from Stump. This is called Death Wall. Let me teach you the walls real quick. So, the one behind Stump is called Stump Wall. Then there's the one next to this is Pig Wall. From this corner on to the Stump Wall is called Pig Wall. This ends here. From this corner on is Death Wall. This is Back Wall. That behind Tall Tree is Tall Wall, leading to Stump Wall again. So, I'm gonna teach you now the branches too. So this over here, this area is Bagel. Tall Tree back there, the tallest tree right there. Second tallest is right here. This is Blender. Of course, Double Walls and Stump. Those are the branches. So now back onto slippery walls. So slippery wall climbing is where you just go back and forth on the wall. You want to do circle motions almost. You just go back, forth, back and forth. And if you can do this, you kind of want to practice this because this is a good way to start your slippery walls, like slippery wall running. You can go up, catch up, maybe slippery wall climb a little bit, then start slippery wall running. That's the best way to start it. Sometimes, if you can vertical, that's a good way to do it. But I'm going to teach you vertical after slippery walls because it's a good way to start slippery walls as well. But it's harder. So, Um, with a slip slap. Once you can slippery wall run really well, you want to be able to slip slap. This is the main key of getting away. So a slip slap is when you hit off the slippery wall onto the red wall in a simultaneous motion, but not exactly at the same time. Like you want to go 1, 2, but you want to hit the slippery wall as hard as you can. Not to throw your controller type hard, but as hard as you can without dropping it. I have dropped my controller and broken one of my controllers by throwing it. So just in one motion, and boom, you slip slap. It's literally, I'm gonna do it on a normal wall onto slippery walls. So pretend this is the red wall. I'm on slippery walls. You just 1, 2. That was the old slip slap until they patched it, but they never knew that red walls was gonna be the next slip slap, but they can't fix red walls slip slap. So, a trick I like to do to confuse people to think I'm jumping off is slip slapping right here. So I might slippery wall run, then do this, turn around and slip slap like that, and boom, I'm still on the wall. When they think I may jump off, then I come back up, maybe even do it again depending on who's there. If the lava monkey I just juked off is right there, then I wouldn't do it again because they know what I'm gonna do. Then I maybe go and slippery wall run over here and do a slip slap off the wall. So that is the last of easy slippery walls. The hardest thing on slippery walls is slippery pinch climbing. So I'm gonna go to canyons to teach you this. This might be a long run because I'm not in regular forest. Slippery pinch climbing is where you want to take your hands, because the slippery wall is where you slide down the wall. That's everything you do on the slippery walls. So the main key of slippery pinch climbing is just keeping your hands on it at all times. So let me make my way to canyons real quick. I promise you canyons is easier. It may seem like it's harder because it's all rounded, but we're going to a certain spot. Or we're going to make our way up to this box. This is the best way to practice this. You want to make your way over to this box over here. So, right here. What you want to do with slippery pinch climbing, you don't want to go like this, like a normal pinch climb. That'll screw you up. You want to go one hand at a time. You want to slip and go diagonally down a little bit. You want to just slide. And once you can stay up here for more than 5 seconds, move to one of the walls in forest. But you don't want to give yourself a boost first. You want to start with just doing this. You want to start with just going in and out. And once you can go diagonally down in each direction, just stay up here. Like for about that long, you should be able to go back to forest. And I missed the zip line. And then I'm not gonna go back to ranked forest until, actually yes I am. It's just easier to teach in there because it's daytime all the time and there's no decorations. So, in this forest, there's a couple places you can slippery pinch climb, but there's one spot that I always do it at. I don't ever do it in a different spot because this is the only spot I know where you can do this in forest. My hand is stuck. There we go. So it is by death wall. There's two spots. It's the corner it's the box third corners. These ones right here. You want to pinch climb up. You start right here, jump up, and slippery pinch climb. And if you can just chill up here, it's a good resting spot. Don't stay up here too long if you're in ranked, because it apparently deranks you, but I don't think it does. But then you can just, this is a good way to change slippery walls. Like if you go like this, if you go over here, you can slow down a bit, slippery pinch climb a little bit, then slippery wall run over back to here, then calm down, then slippery wall run back over to here, and maybe even climb up this wall to slip slap. So, or you could just slip slap. This is where I like to do, is I like to just pinch climb up. I messed it up. Pinch climb up, and just slip slap right there. So, next thing, walls, vertical. With the vertical, you want to take your right hand, like a Lucio, you want to start your vertical with a Lucio, 1, 2, and then you want to do big ovals. And once you can, it's like wall running upward. So once you can do big ovals, and once you reach here, let's see how high you got. If you make it to this branch, that's really good. Now, we're going to do big ovals just straight up the whole time. If you start to fall off, switch walls, like that. You can do small ovals for a vertical, but it does not get you as high. You'll have to switch walls a lot faster. It's more diagonal than it is straight up with a vertical with small ovals. So, big ovals, you want to start with the Lucio. Just go like that. And that is helpful on slippery walls a little bit. Like that. That was a lot faster for me to get up than when I was doing it normally. So, like right here is a really hard spot to do it at. But if you slip slap right there, you can make it to this branch. And that is a really good escape route. Many people don't know how to do it correctly, the slip slap. So that can help them a lot. That'll help you a lot to escape. So now I'm gonna move on from walls to double walls. These are double walls. Most people just know how double walls, like wall bouncing and pinch climbing. So I'm gonna start with pinch climbing. Pinch climbing, you grab the wall like you're gonna hug it, and you push down and catch it again. Push down, let go, catch. 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 It's like you're in a circle like this. You just until you make it to the top, right here. And then you feel like you're the king of the world when you're first starting. Now, wall bouncing. Pinch climbing is really useful for many things, like scaling. Many people scale by pinch climbing. So, wall bouncing is good, useful between these two walls, or the tree and the wall. You want to push diagonally down, like that. Just not straight down like we did on the wall, diagonally in this direction like this. You push like that. And then you turn, push, 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 push. And you'll feel like you're going forward because you'll normally be pushing like this. You'll be pushing like this. You don't want to do that. You want to just put diagonally straight, not straight down, but diagonally in the middle. You do not want to go like this or like this. You want to try to keep yourself in the middle. So if you start to move forward, you notice, maybe try to switch and turn around a little bit. That's how one-handed players do it. They just turn around mid-hand. But don't do that yet because that is hard to learn. Just wait until you learn normal bouncing in case you have two hands. Normally they do. If your controller breaks, then you can do this. You can just turn around mid-jump. That's the good part. And one thing that some people do, I don't think it's useful, but to confuse people out, you do double-handed. You go 1, 2, and then you switch 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it's harder for them to predict where you're gonna go instead of just like this. So when doing that, it's easier to confuse people, but normally you would normally want to get up here when you start by just going up. So I'm gonna move on to elevatoring. Elevatoring is pretty hard. You put your hand in the wall, and then you do a circular motion with your elbow. From your elbow up, my elbow's right here. I do not move it, you see. I just go like this. And you want to pull yourself into the wall. You don't want to just move yourself up. You want to push yourself into the wall as much as you can. You see this? And some people go like, most people go in a circle like this. You don't want to do that. You want to keep your elbow out here like it was here. This is my body right here. You keep your elbow out here. And then you do a circle. And you want to tilt your head a little bit. And then you want to put your hand in the wall because your hitboxes are your palms, your head, and your body. So you see, my fingers go to my palm. Finger goes to the palm. Arm, no hitbox. So you just walk up to it, and you just do that circular motion with your elbow. Boom. Spider climbing is really hard because you're going like this. You're pulling yourself in with both hands. But elevatoring, you want to maybe, if you want to, you can start from up here. Maybe like pull your arm here and just do the circular motion that I'm doing like this, but replicate it on that side. It's just this. And all you're doing is spinning. Next, spider climbing. Spider climbing, when you're running away, you'll start down here, but when you practice it, I would start from up there and just drop down somewhere. So what you want to do with this is you want to just grab the wall and roll it. You want to extend your arms out as far as you can and just do that. So it's kind of hard to do. If you want to do this, you can, but it might be slower, but it's good to confuse people on what the heck you're doing. Like, most people don't know what the heck this is. Because if I leave you up here to look at this, most people don't know what this is. So it is very confusing to the people watching you do it. So you may want to do that. So that's double walls. And the faster way to pinch climb is by like slippery pinch climbing. You go one like this, and you go like, it's like a V. That's what I did, but then I learned to do circles like this. And once you do it like that, like this. But I like to do V's still. It's a faster way to do it. So this is the full motion. Like that. Compared to pinch climbing. Like that. So that is double walls and slippery walls. Next I'm gonna do is juking. This is the last part of this tutorial. So juking is when you go in the opposite direction of the player to confuse them. That is the worst juke. Never jump over someone. Because when you jump over them, the game is delayed, so you think you're farther back than you are, and they will just reach up and tag you. Never do that. It doesn't work. Unless it's a really bad player, but don't do that to them. It's very annoying. So when you juke someone, you want to maybe go up to a tree like this and push back, and they'd be right there going to catch you, but then you missed. And maybe you want to try to make it confusing. So a good juke to start with. No one falls for this anymore, but this is just good to teach what juking is. You want to put your arm, remember your hitboxes are your palms. You put your arm through, you jump, and then you swing your arm backwards like this. So you just swing back, like put it behind your back, and just like that. You want to jump. Most people land right here, and they try to do it, and they get stuck like this. But to fix that, if you do get stuck here, just pull your arm, put it like right here, and it'll go through. Just slide your arm through. So when you do that, if you do this and your arm gets stuck, you want to fix that, to avoid that, you want to put your hand out here when you jump, so you're like this, so it doesn't get in the way ever. And you can try to land on gazebo. For like better players, you want to push off the underside of this and swing up. In a full motion, it'll look like this. I messed it up, but it's kind of good because other people have no idea what the heck you did. if you land on that ladder, it's kind of annoying. Like that. But sometimes you'll get tagged because it's a lot of air time, and air is slow in this game most of the time. So, practice that, you'll get better at it. Gazebo. It may be the best juking thing in the game. So, what you want to do with the leaderboard, so you see these little crevices right here? You can use these like to your advantage. You can do that and push off. You can push off of them and use them to your advantage like that. And a good jump to do, so you want to start from here most of the time when you're first doing this. Start from up here, you jump and swing your arm around. You want to tilt your head like this. You want to bend over to your left a little bit and swing your arm around as far and high as you can. You want to make sure you don't hit this. You don't want to hit the side. You don't want to hit this. You want to hit this. You want to hit maybe this. Hitting the wood like right here might do it, but you want to make sure your arm reaches right here. And once you get better at it, I would start by doing this. You would hit off the leaderboard. Just hit off instead of standing up there. A next thing I like to do is swing under, and because these things are here, I like to grab under it and pull myself back over like that, and then maybe go back up. But sometimes I like to juke people out by making them think I'm gonna do the jump, and you just hit the side of it like that and jump over the leaderboard. Another good juke is, well, some people know this now, is by jumping up here and moving backwards and just pulling your hand forwards like you were gonna run up and pushing back again, like jumping over them. It's a bad idea, I think, in my opinion, but sometimes it works. But I want to teach one more juke, well, two more. One on gazebo, you want to go up, you go down, go to the side, and then go like this. And they won't see you unless you have a tall hat cosmetic. You want to jump like that before they notice you're on that side. Just like that. I missed it, but keep practicing that, and you should be able to do it. Left-handed, same thing, jump, swing your arm around, bend to your right a little bit, and then swing as hard as you can. Last juke is you pinch climb. This is more for beginners. You want to pinch climb and turn, and then you'll go in an opposite direction. You'll go in a random direction. Like that. It's really confusing sometimes for other players. Like if your rank is rock, I'm not throwing anyone out there, but this is a good juke in rock, I would say. So, that is the end of this video. I will make one last tutorial video. It will be of like how to do ropes and stuff like that. And I will make another one that is mountains and how to like surf, wall surf, and how to use snowballs. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, that's great. If it didn't, I tried. I can't do much about it if it didn't help you. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. TPM Stump out, and still dug out of the ground. Didn't get cut down yet, surprisingly.